Hi, welcome to MT Creations. Last year I made a video introducing a huge project that I've been working on called LEGO Horizons. If you haven't seen that video or any of the streams, I'm recreating Epcot's Horizons ride out of LEGO, building the scenes, the front facade of the building, and my hope is to eventually create this big project and bring it to a LEGO convention because it's just been a dream of mine since forever. If you want all the details, that's why I'm making this video. I'm going to go through everything, explain what's going to be done, and just take you through the entire project. Why am I doing this now? Because I introduced the project last year, and then I stopped. And I didn't touch it for a whole year. And it's still something I really want to do, and I don't want to lose sight of it, and I don't want to lose the time to work on it, so I might as well take care of it now and get a good chunk done while I can. I kind of have to because I built this little thing, and this was kind of my way of grounding the project into being a thing. This was my way of telling myself that I started it, now I have to finish it. I dreamed it, now I just gotta do it. So this is basically gonna be a new series, just kind of built over time. If you've seen my previous video, you would know that I started this tier list of my projects that I've been working on. And that all stays true. Everything I put there is still true. LEGO Horizons will be one of my smaller projects that I work on. I'm still swamped with school stuff. But the thing about this project that's really cool is it's made over time, and it's slow. It's a slow project because I gotta do the designing, and then I gotta find the pieces, and I gotta buy them. I gotta wait till I have the money for them, and then I gotta order them and wait for them to arrive, and then I build it. Just repeat the process for every step of the way. I did build a roadmap, as you've seen in the beginning of the video, and that'll help me know where I'm at and carry myself along. And if you're wondering, I will be making these little videos kind of talking about the progress and showing progress, but there will still be streams. The reason I'm making these videos as well is because I don't really want to tie it to the streams, because it just kind of feels like I'm limiting the time I have to work on this project. And I don't want to do that, because sometimes I can't stream, and recently I haven't been able to find the time to do so. I will take some LEGO Friday streams to actually work on this project live, and you can watch me on those streams if you're interested in this project. Otherwise, I will start detailing progress and whatever I'm working on through these little videos. So, now that I've introduced that, let me catch you up on what I've been doing and what's next. Obviously the first thing I did was design and build this sign. This was kind of the key to open the doors to starting this project. And this was, again, my way of saying, now that I've started it, I have to finish it. And it's my reminder to do so. Then I kind of built these little test thingies. This was supposed to be for the ride vehicle doors. I think testing the mechanism. This was kind of like just drawing a little sketch of an idea I had in mind on how to put the pieces together. This is another little sketch of how I could build the front facade and how it would look like compared to what the building looked like. This is my idea on how to build the chef robot. I have to see if these pieces are even in existence in these colors, and if LEGO's Pick-a-Brick site even has these, and then I might just design it in full and build it ahead of time. Then I had these test signs for the sign that they would have in front of the entrance, and these custom little stickers. All the stickers I make for this project, like my Horizon sign, are going to be custom. I'm just going to make them myself. And this is just an idea. This is a feature on Studio I use to kind of visualize what stickers I could use, and I have to figure out which design I can actually build in real life and use. I kind of like this one. Hopefully this is one I can use. I kind of like this one the most. I have to make a sticker for it, but I don't know, it's just kind of the easiest one, I think. This piece I would have loved to have, but I don't think it exists in this color. And this one's a little too clunky, same with this one. So I might end up going with this one. This one might be touched on again soon. This is the Future Port entrance, where that Future Port sign is, and you walk through here and go into the queue to ride the ride. So we'll come back to this really soon. Over here, these were really recent. I was testing out the minifigures. This is for my Horizons OC. I would just use stickers and coloring, and I might even paint the hair. This is the girlfriend for the Mesa Verde scene. I found this hairpiece and it looked exactly like what I needed. I found it on Pick-a-Brick and it was perfect. So I'm probably going to build her ahead of time as well. And of course, can't forget the famous robot butler. This piece doesn't exist. I'd make my own sticker, but I did find pieces for the arms, head and legs and stuff. His feather duster, everything. Here on Pick-a-Brick, I actually found the right pieces that I would need to build those minifigures I just showed you. And I might go ahead and start building the minifigures. I think the minifigures might be the easiest part of the project, so I'm gonna start working on getting all of them together, and that's probably my next small step forward. There's still going to be a little bit of work though, because I need to switch pieces around, make my own stickers, and just kind of build them and make them look as they should with the pieces that I have. So that's what I had done so far. Oh, aside from the fact that I also did these ride vehicle test builds, I did this on a stream, so I don't really need to go over this that much. I did another stream recently where I worked with ways of putting together the ride vehicle's door mechanism. This is the design that I settled with and I think will work the best. I just gotta accommodate the track to fit this build and make a mechanism that'll open the doors correctly. I already ordered the pieces for this. Got half the batch of this box right here. I'm just waiting for the next batch and I'll build it on a stream or video, and that'll give me a sense of scale, of the scale to work with for the ride. And yeah, we'll continue on from there. The ride vehicle is the biggest step to figuring out the rest of the ride. The scale I'm gonna work at, how the track is gonna work, and I could just fly onward from there. So now that I showed you that, I'm gonna go on and actually do some design work, because recently I finally came up with how I'm gonna do the track system. After finishing this ride vehicle design, I struggled to kind of come up with how I'm gonna put it on a track, and I thought about strings and wires and Lego's tubing, and then it finally hit me. Why don't I use Technic beams? Because they can swivel, and that's literally the system I'm gonna try and use here. These parts are made so they can swivel around, and same here. This is because the ride vehicles are going to be transferred from the bottom floor to the top floor, and from the top floor back to the bottom floor, and that's going to happen a couple times throughout the ride. And of course, these need to be flexible enough to go up a slope and down a slope. I haven't exactly figured out how I'm going to motorize this or carry these along the track, but just like how I just went ahead with the design without a track idea in mind, I'll just figure it out. Probably not the best approach, but whatever. Sometimes you just gotta go along with the flow and adapt to what you have. So you got a Technic beam here, and I'm gonna sample the idea I have for my track. if the camera will cooperate. One of the ideas I had, of course, was having a track, not exactly with Technic beams because I haven't really thought about Technic beams for some reason. I thought about something like this, and it would just, have these little things here to connect them together. But the problem is, of course, the wheels preferably should probably go on top here, and there's this thing in the middle, and it can't pass through this, so I was just stumped. And again, this is with like other like brick designs with like strings and then ropes and stuff like that. It just was not gonna work because I mostly just want something in the back to hold the track, and with the ideas I was coming up with, I need to put something in the front, and I don't know, I don't want it to clutter the view of the ride scenes too much, even with the back supports as well. So I gotta figure out a way to make it so you can just still see the scenes and the tracks, and even the ride vehicles are going to be a limited number, so they only pass by, and then as you look at the model you can really take the time to enjoy the scenes. Technic beams will work perfectly because these little pals can swivel and turn around and bend, and I'm going to need a bendy track that can curve around and go up and down. So the track is going to be on the side like this, that way it can bend and do what I need it to do. And when it goes upward, I will just have a solid track structure. I'll just pin it to a wall and have that wall kind of go diagonal, and I'm pretty sure it'll still work that way. I'm gonna just make a mock-up of my idea for the Technic track. We're gonna need a bottom one where the wheels go on. You'll probably need to hold together this sort of actual surface for the wheels to be on, and it'll need a top so it can hold the other side. I want it to have as much structure and support as possible, so there's going to be a surface here and a surface here. Of course, the solution that I'm trying to find is something that'll have a structure to go over the wheels and hold the other side, and that will have to go on through the entire track. If that makes sense, I'm gonna build the mock-up, and maybe that'll explain it better. Alright, so here we go. We have a mock-up of the track that I have in mind. Might need some work. It's definitely a lot to look at, but I think it's the only real way to make sure this could work. I really just gotta build it in real life and make sure it works, because it might need some stability improvements. When the rest of my ride vehicle pieces come in, I will come up with a final design and a kind of a support to hold it over the ride vehicle and get those pieces and see if that works. So now that that's kind of put together, I'm going to figure out what minifigures I'm going to need. As you can probably tell, this project is going to be insane. I hope it is, because it's going to be my biggest Lego project ever. I always wanted to do something like this, something big and grand out of Legos, because Legos is one of my biggest passions. And Horizons somehow is also one of my biggest passions, so 2 and 2 together, I think it would be pretty neat. No one else has done this before, so if you want it done right, do it yourself. So I'm doing it. Here I am. But it doesn't have to just be me alone. I welcome other people to join my streams, join my Discord server, and talk to me about the project, offer building technique ideas, offer building ideas, things I could do for the project. I will listen to what the community has to say, Because Horizons is about dreaming, but it's not about dreaming alone. This project is going to take a lot of work as well, and I'm pulling from all sorts of sources that I am possibly able to. I'm using every video that I can find on the internet. I'm using Futureport 82 by Sean Patrick Holland. I'm using Chris Wallace's Horizons Resurrected VR experience. Luckily I have a copy. I am using all sorts of files and things that I found in different places in different Discord servers, and using anything that I can to recreate Horizons faithfully out of Lego. And with all these references, if the world needs me to, I will make my own 3D virtual recreation. But I'm going to leave it up to Chris Wallace and Sean Patrick Howard to carry that torch, if they will. Horizons is a masterpiece of a ride, and I feel like I'm one of very few people who understand that. But I think it's because I'm a very optimistic person, and I don't like thinking of a bad future. Thinking about a brighter future definitely comes with a lot of comfort, and Horizons and its ideas really help bring forth that comfort, and it really attaches me to that comfort that the future doesn't have to be all that bad. Horizons to me is one of the most creative man-made experiences I think has ever been on the grounds of this earth. So many people will agree that Walt Disney himself would have loved the ride. I'm not the only one who obsesses over it, and I think that says a lot. And let's not forget, if Horizons wasn't that popular or that known in the Epcot community, we wouldn't have the experiences like Horizons Resurrected or Futureport 82. Or people building Horizons in Minecraft, too. Horizons is a huge inspiration to us all in the Epcot community, and it's taken on many forms, and I feel like I like to take Horizons and bring it into the Lego world. It would also be a really great way to bring together this real world model of Horizons, like a physical model that people can view in person, in front of them. And it could just get a sense of how the ride feels just on a smaller scale. And unfortunately, you're not the one riding it. But my hope is that it still captures the same wonder and amazement and just the impressiveness of it. So for an impressive ride, I want to make an impressive project, and that's what I hope to accomplish today. Well, not today, tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in this project, comment what you like about it, comment what you're excited about, like and subscribe if you want to. I will keep updating as time goes. If I go silent for a while, I have a roadmap set on a corkboard in my workspace, so I'm never gonna forget that this exists, and I'm surely not gonna forget about it for another year. I'm gonna keep working on this because it's one of my biggest passion projects. Even if I chip away at it slowly and it's kind of off to the side, it's one of my biggest, most ambitious ideas ever, and I'm not gonna let it go. I dreamt it, and I will do it. Alright, enough with the cheesiness. I'm gonna go back home. Futureport 82's Horizons isn't really finished yet, but go check it out. Futureport 82 is awesome. It's got a lot of heart, a lot of effort, attention to detail. It's one of the coolest Epcot projects that I've ever seen. Better than anything Epcot's doing right now these days. Go check it out, Futureport 82 by Sean Patrick Holland. And I'll see you guys in the next one.